When I do this, I'm keeping my shoulders very level, and I'm just bumping and shifting like this. So bump the hips and give me a little shift, and look at how the shoulders now are square. Yeah, it's money. The secondary tilt is a very minor thing that will appear like it's greater only because of this hand reaching lower for the golf club. We call it secondary tilt. We just went over this terminology on our channel here. Secondary tilt, guys. Primary tilt, the tilt this way, visible from the down the line view. From the face on view, we have secondary tilt. That's that hip bump that creates that small spine angle, right? Mm-hmm. Now, look at this. Let's flip Mark around and make him a lefty. You see how the spine's back behind that golf ball? Mm-hmm. But like, look at the left side of his, or the right side of his body.
Yeah.
You see how it's more this way and his body looks like more like a K? Mm-hmm. So what happens? Your upper body is leaning on top this way. So what do you need to do? That little hip bump. What's that gonna do to your spine?
It's gonna make it more upright, or like...
Show me, just show me. Exactly, that's exact. He knows what you do. Some people, okay, are already like this, okay? And what do they need to feel? They need to feel like they actually bump the hips forward an inch and bring the chest back an inch to get in the right spot. The reality is this for you guys. If you just kept your sternum dead still from a neutral position, standing straight up and down with the irons, you kept this dead still and you just shift the hips, you're gonna be in the right spot, okay? So one thing I would think you should do, stand up straight, put the ball in the right spot, leave this still, bump the hip, and you're gonna be set, dude, okay? His cut, and I'm talking to Dad here just so you kind of all on the same page, comes from, he did have the ball too far back, just like his brother. He picked up on that though. And then, ready? But his upper body was leaning a little bit like this. And then what does that do from the down the line view, guys? We all know, we've been doing this for years, right? Those shoulders get open. Yeah. And the minute those shoulders get open, we get a little lifty and a little across it, there's your cut.
Yeah.
And then the good ones, unfortunately, they get kind of pulled because the path of your shoulders is over there. So here's the play. Ball position. Boom. Okay, with the hip and it's gonna be like a little 1-and-1. After that, watch what it does to my shoulders. That hip bump squares them up. Set up, set up, set up. Most important things. All the swing flaws today just stem from the setup. The one thing that Dad did great for me, he just never let me get away with having a bad setup. He was always checking width of stance, ball position. Did I have my hip bump? The amount of times that I've heard my dad tell me to bump my hips was back in the day was just absurd. And it got to the point where it's like now I'm the one saying it every single day, Let's see if you can nail it here. You got it, buddy. Good ball position. Give me that hip bump with that. I want that sternum just behind the ball, okay?
Okay.
And I guarantee you that's going to square your shoulders. Yes, it did. Awesome. Oh, dude, stop. Best swing of the day. Little 1-yard draw started right on line.
Yeah.
Hey, set up, buddy, okay?
Thank you.
Go back down the line, Kev. You'll see his shoulders. Look at his shoulders, how he's square. So bump the hips and give me a little shift. And look at how the shoulders now are square. Yeah, it's money. And see, he just gets it right down the line with a little 1-yard draw. Same exact line.
Yeah.
Just to see, I'm going to see how good you guys are. With which club would the shoulders tend to get the most open?
Driver.
Why?
Because the stance is like more in the front.
The ball position, right?
Yeah.
You nailed it, dude. Ball position's up here. What do we do? Face it. Always when the big dog comes out, face the middle of your stance right here. Give me the 1-and-1. And let's define the 1-and-1 real quick. Guys, with an iron, I'm going to be really clear, and this is really clear for the viewer too. And yeah, iron, so there's no questions. Sternum stays still, hips bump forward an inch. Just to I'm doing the lefty version right here for Chase. Inside of the hip on the inside of outside of the hip on the inside of the foot. For the righty, okay, sternum stays still, hips bump an inch, and boom. All I'm doing is keeping these square and shifting outside of my hip to the inside of my foot, leaving that still. That's for irons. The driver. From a neutral position right here, the sternum should be 1 inch right of this line. The belt buckle should be 1 inch left of this line. See that, guys? So that right there, for the driver, That's the upper body's relationship to the lower body. That's where we do want to have that slight bump back. But it's important to do this and not drop your shoulders, okay? When I do this, I'm keeping my shoulders very level, and I'm just bumping and shifting like this. This shoulder only appears lower than this one because I'm reaching lower for the grip. Does that make sense? So I thought Todd, Kev, we were talking about this. Todd explained this very well when I had him on. This secondary tilt, guys, from the face-on view is not done artificially by tilting back, okay? It's done by just creating that hip bump. You already have this angle. The tiny little shift with the driver still isn't dropping the shoulder down. The secondary tilt is a very minor thing that will appear like it's greater only because of this hand reaching lower for the golf club, okay? But the reality is, watch, if both hands were level, that wouldn't be that much. Okay, so it's very important you guys understand how minimal this is, but how important it is to always have your sternum behind the golf ball as you start getting to the 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron, and moving up through the bag, okay? I don't want that sternum ever to be, for a lefty, Chase. We'll go back to you here since I got the lefty club. You never want to hang this down and see that over here with the ball back there. And here's the thing that Chase was doing. The ball, even when he moved it forward, he was leaning the upper body forward, so he was still relative to his center ahead of that. And all he needed to do was leave the ball there and do what? Shift back in the right spot, okay? All right, boys. Just want to be real clear on that, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. At Forzak Golf, we take a lot of pride in having developed some of the best and most consistent golf swings on the planet. We do this through simplicity. Our Full Swing Masterclass will take you on a step-by-step, easy-to-understand process on how to get your golf swing better than ever. Join the many before you who've utilized our Full Swing Masterclass to take their games to the next level and beyond.